Hey guys, I'm sorry I look like this, but you know, I wasn't planning on filming today, and to be honest, this is just what I look like nowadays. So yeah, I didn't feel like it was necessary for me to kind of doll myself up for this video. I haven't filmed in a while. I don't think I have to really explain why. You know, it just didn't feel appropriate. I didn't feel in the mood to turn on my camera and be like, let's talk about lipstick. And I still don't feel that way, but I tried to film this video the other day and I like did it 3 times and I just couldn't. I have a problem with public speaking, and I don't really consider this public speaking normally, but there's something like so easy about, you know, just going about my day and like filming and or, you know, talking about makeup. When it comes to like that feels really natural. When I'm talking about something serious on camera, I tend to clam up. I get really nervous as if I'm talking in front of a whole crowd, because then that's the moment when it becomes like really apparent to me that that's what I'm doing. And I think that that has been a reason why I haven't been super vocal in the past about politics, about racial injustice. While I understand that some people might think, no, I like that you don't get political and, you know, we want to kind of escape. I don't like that about myself. In the recent weeks that I've been kind of just exploring why I've been more quiet, because it doesn't feel like me. This is fear that I'm hiding behind, a fear of looking like a fool, if I'm being honest. Not because I think people won't agree with me, but just because I don't feel like I'm the most educated, that I'm the most eloquent. It's really, you know, I'm one of those people that I can really write a mean argument in text or email. Like, I'm like, oh my god, I will blow you away. But if I'm face to face, I kind of choke and I get like, I forget what every word is and I can't find them and I don't know how to take what's in my head and like put it, have it come out of my mouth. I really watch people who do that and I'm like, oh my god, you're just like one word after the other. I've really come to realize in these past couple weeks that it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I sound dumb. It just doesn't matter if what I say isn't poetic, as long as I'm speaking from the heart and as long as I'm speaking the truth. So yeah, admittedly there's a lot of things I'm not educated on, and but I have a platform and I am a person and I should use my voice, and I'm ashamed that I haven't done that enough. So I'm sorry to those that are like, we want someone who pretends that the world isn't on fire. And I get it, like, you want an entertainment, you want an escape, and I'm gonna still be that for you. I want to be that for myself, I want to be that for you, but we can't ignore what's going on. I have really been taking this time to, and I feel like this is so cliche at this point because literally every white person is saying this, but it is true. I have been taking this time to reflect, to learn, to listen. I am not coming here to you as a changed person. This is something that I will have to do for the rest of my life. I will always be learning, but I have learned a lot. And I've been reading, I highly recommend this book if you're interested, especially for white people. I'm reading a book called Me and White Supremacy, Combat Racism, Change the World, and Become a Good Ancestor by Layla F. Saad. Is it Saad? Sad? That's what I'm listening to. You know, all my life, in my heart, I thought, well, I'm not racist. I don't hate anybody. Of course I believe in equality, you know. I have black friends, I have black neighbors, I have black classmates, but I'm learning just how deep-seated this is, and I'm learning the difference between intent and impact. So while I may not ever intend to be racist, I understand that I have and likely will be again. And so that's the work I'm doing right now, to unlearn those biases that are ingrained in me because I was raised in a racist system that benefited me because of the color of my skin. And that's a tough pill to swallow. That's that is uncomfortable. And I saw something that was like, if you're not uncomfortable, you're not listening. And that's true, because there's nothing, you should not feel comfortable about this. And it is tough to explore your own racism, but it is harmful to ignore them and to just continue on being like, I'm not racist, I'm not racist, that's not about me, that doesn't apply to me. So I highly recommend that book. I have not even finished it yet, but it's already been so helpful, because so many things I'm learning we weren't even taught in school. And you know, frankly, I missed a lot of high school, so frankly I didn't even learn a lot of the things that people learned in public school anyway. So I'm really catching up on all of it. And you know, I'm recognizing that it's my privilege that has allowed me to carry on for 30 years and not be aware of a lot of things I'm going to be doing differently. I want my channel to be a welcome space for everyone, and I realized that I haven't been. I didn't think about the brands I'm using or the brands I'm working with or the foundation I'm using or anything. I wasn't thinking about who I might be excluding by doing any of the things that I've been doing. That didn't sit right with me. I don't like that. I want this to be a space for everybody. I want everybody who's enthusiastic about makeup or beauty or skincare or who, you know, or ceramics, or who just likes to come and laugh, like maybe we have a similar sense of humor. I want you here, and I want you to feel good being here, and I don't want you to feel excluded. And so I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, but I did post a screenshot of an email I sent to a brand that I've been in talks of working with. We were in talks, and then obviously, you know, everything was kind of halted, and you know, they reached back out to be like, hey, you know, what's going on? And you know, I realized, I'm like, this needs to be a complete overhaul. Like, I can't just go resume life like nothing happened. I can't work with a brand without vetting them. And you know, and I didn't post that to give myself a pat on the back, or for anyone to be like, good job, you're a good white person. You know, it's like, to the contrary, I don't feel like a good white person. That is something I should have been doing all along, and it's evidence of my own privilege that that it was out of sight, out of mind. So anyway, if you didn't see it, I'm vetting these brands I'm going to work with. I want to make sure that the brands I'm going to be promoting are in line with my views and my values. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Pull Up for Change, but it's this campaign that it's on Instagram, Pull Up for Change, and basically it's a campaign that's calling for transparency from brands. And there's been a lot of beauty brands, there's been some not beauty brands like fashion. It's basically asking for full transparency on what percentage of employees are Black, and not just that, but how many employees in the executive positions are Black. And across the board, it is not fucking good. It was across the board. Like, this wasn't like a few brands being called out and thrown under the bus. Like, this was across the board bad. You know, save for a few brands, especially Black owned brands, but it was not good. You know, what I do like about this campaign is it's not about canceling these brands. Granted, some brands are getting canceled, but honestly, that's their choice. It's more about calling attention, you know, owning up to your mistakes, putting a spotlight on it, and then putting a plan of action together for how you're going to correct these mistakes moving forward. And I'm going to be watching, and I hope you guys are going to be watching too. As beauty consumers, we hold a lot of power. Without influencers, without beauty consumers, without people that wear makeup or use products, these brands don't exist. And so you can protest with your money. You can say, I'm not buying this brand unless you address XYZ. And so that's kind of what I'm hoping to do while vetting these brands. You know, for instance, I told this brand, I saw that you posted about Black Lives Matter. I think that's great, you know, but I said, like, what's your plan? What are you actually doing to change things, to fix this racist system that we're living in, that you're contributing to. You know, because I think we're seeing that a lot. We're seeing, you know, I think we're at a point where it's like, if anybody doesn't say something, you're getting canceled or you're getting called out, or you know, so it's like, of course the brands are going to say something, but what they actually do about it is going to be where it's at. Otherwise it's just optics. And that's how I felt about myself too. I'm like, yeah, I'm outraged and I can post about how this and that and how sad I am, but it's like, if I'm not donating, if I'm not protesting, if I'm not looking at my life and the things I can do in my everyday life to change this, then it means nothing. And so I just wanted to come on here and talk about that. If you're watching this and you're thinking all lives matter, Donald Trump is my hero, I mean, I don't know, you guys, make no mistake, I hate Donald Trump. Truly, I think he's despicable. Even his, it's not a tagline, what is his catchphrase or whatever the hell, make America great again, his slogan, that's racist as hell. Because you're obviously talking about white people. Make America great again? Again? When? We need change, without a doubt. If you're on the other side of this, like, you know, all lives matter, blue lives matter, whatever the case, just listen. Because by saying Black Lives Matter, and I feel like at a loss for words of why this is still being said, I can almost imagine in the very beginning, like many years ago, where people would have been like, well, wait a minute. But it's like, at this point, everyone's explained it. By saying Black Lives Matter does not mean all lives don't matter. We're saying, you know, all lives don't matter currently, and Black Lives Matter, there's an implicit "to" after. It's Black Lives Matter too. It's because white people don't need that shit, because we have not been oppressed. No one has ever questioned whether my life matters. And so that's why there's an emphasis on Black lives, because Black people are being fucking murdered. And we need to talk about that. We need to stand up against that. And we don't need to talk about you. If that doesn't apply to you, we don't need to talk about you. If you're coming from a place, again, like I said, from all lives matter to why are people looting and what about reverse racism? It's like, you know, I'm gonna link some resources in the description. Please, like, have an open mind and an open heart if you truly care about people, and I believe that most people do. At least I want to believe that. Please just set aside the stubbornness, whatever that thing is inside you that needs to be right. You know, I really think a lot of it is fear. I think it's fear. You know, I think a lot of people can admit that, like, yeah, white people have it really fucking good. And that's not about, you know, you might have your personal struggles. I have my personal struggles. We all do. But the struggles we have, none of them are because of the color of our skin. And that's really what it's about, is that of course you have personal struggles. Nobody is erasing those. Nobody is erasing how hard you had to work, or how much money you have or don't have, or the fact, you know, me as a woman, it's like, yes, I've had struggles that white men have not had. Nobody is erasing that. But think about the struggles you have as a white woman. Can you even imagine how the struggles of a Black woman, or even the struggles of a Black trans woman? This isn't a contest on who has it worse. We know the answer already, and we need to change that. I'm gonna leave some resources down below that have helped me, not exactly changed my mind, because I always aligned with, you know, this side of things, but that explained things to me in a way that I was like, okay, so that makes perfect sense. Because I think it was really easy for people when looting starts happening to start thinking, well, why is that happening? This isn't a way to get people to listen to you. And there was a video by this woman, and frankly, you should follow her on Instagram because all of her videos are amazing. but she explained it in a way that made so much sense. Yeah, I'm sorry for rambling on, but I miss you guys. And I had a lot to say, even though it came out in all kinds of different ways. I didn't feel right just coming back on and being like, anyway, I'm gonna do a smoky eye today. You know, it's like, I can't do that. We need to talk about this. We're gonna continue to talk about this, and we need to continue learning. Maybe you watch this whole video, you don't wanna watch the resources or the videos I linked or read the articles. You know, maybe you did and you're still like, I don't agree, all lives matter, blah, blah, blah. Donald Trump is my king, and you wanna ultimately unfollow me. That's fine. I'm really not worried about that. Yeah, so, you know, I'll be filming soon. I do have some fun, exciting things coming. There's been a lot of spotlight on Black-owned brands and businesses, some large, some small. Most of them I had never heard about. And so I placed, God, I don't even remember. I bought a lot of stuff. So they've been getting a lot of business, obviously, lately. And so I'm not sure when those packages will start trickling in. You can look forward to a video where I'm going to be kind of doing like a haul of Black-owned businesses that I really want to spotlight and just incorporate into my routine. I'm looking around at all of these like brands, and after seeing like, you know, the pull up for change and how little Black representation the beauty industry has, it's like, it's insanity, and I really want to change that, and I really want to change it within my own collection and the things I'm using and sharing with you guys. So yeah, so I will, you know, I'm itching to kind of get back to work because I feel crazy, and I look crazy, let's be honest. Like, I got bangs, and you guys, it was a mistake. We know that I don't have, we know that I'm too lazy to do bangs every day, okay? I bought one of these. You guys, we're literally, God help us all when I start buying these headbands. So what, babe? I am who I am, okay? So I'll film again soon, and I'm excited too because I miss you guys, and literally makeup hasn't touched this face in a month. And sometimes I look in the mirror and I just think, you're disgusting. Is that how everyone's feeling in Quar? Speaking of Quar, if you're able to, keep staying home unless you're protesting. Wear a mask, keep your distance, be safe, get tested if you can. Stay home if you feel sick, you know, just don't go to brunch. That's all, you know, that's really what it is. Don't go to brunch, don't go hang out, don't have a dinner party with your friends. You guys, this is like so scary. I'm like terrified of the whole world right now. Don't listen to public officials or the government. Don't rely on stores opening to tell you that everything's safe, because it's not. You should be scared, but just be careful. And we're gonna be okay. So I love you guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video.